So question 24, the incomplete table and histogram gives some information about the weights of people at a Keep Fit session. So we need to use the information in the histogram to complete the frequency table. So we can sort of start equating our first bar, 40 to 50, with the information that we've got in the table. But we need to remember that there is a connection between frequency, interval width, and frequency density. The frequency density, well, the frequency will equal interval width times frequency density, or frequency density will equal frequency divided by interval width. And these two formulas will help you get through this question. So if we look at our first category, we know the frequency, we know the width. Frequency is 10, the width is 10. So using the second formula, the frequency density will be 10 divided by 10. So frequency density is 1. Okay, just again, frequency is 10, 40 to 50 has a width of 10. 10 divided by 10 is 1. Now I can mark on the frequency density axis, I can mark the 1 in, and then that gives me an idea of the scale up the axes. So I can plot in the rest of the axes, which I'll need to read off information to do more work on this problem. So we've gone to the second bit of information. We want to work out the frequency for 50 to 55. 50 to 55, we can see the frequency density, 2 squares below 5. The frequency density is 4.8. I'll put that in there, 4.8. So I simply need to use the first formula. The interval width is 5, so I'm doing 5 times frequency density of 4.8 gives me 24. So I can put that into the table. On to the next category. So 55 to 60 has a width of, I should use this illustrator, use a width of 5. And if we read off 50 to 55, has a frequency density of 6. So we'll do 6 times 5, and we get 30. 30 for the frequency from 50 to 60. So once again, we've got a frequency density of 6 and an interval width of 5, 6 fives. Give me the 30. So on to drawing the graph. Well, we have the frequency, so we need to just simply find the frequency density to find out where our line goes. So here we've got a frequency of 15, width of 15, so the frequency density for 60 to 75 will be 1. 15 divided by 15 is of course 1. So we draw our line across from 1 and down. Obviously you'll use a ruler and do a tidier job than this, but that should show you how to do it. So finally, the last category, we've got a frequency of 8. To find the frequency density, we divide this by the interval width of 20, and 8 divided by 20 comes to 0.4. So our frequency density for the 75 to 95 is 0.4. So just make sure we draw the correct line, just 4 squares up, and across to halfway between 90 and 100. And that's question 24 complete.